저는 종교가 없습니다. 친가 쪽이 기독.
Welcome back to Seoul Spotlight. Today, a single sentence from Jungkook's live broadcast has the entire internet talking. The live broadcast began like any other. Soft lighting. A casual hoodie. That familiar relaxed posture that only appears when the stage lights are off and the world feels a little smaller. Jungkook leaned closer to the camera, reading comments that flowed faster than he could possibly respond to. Millions were watching, yet the room felt intimate, like a late-night conversation between friends. He laughed at a joke. He answered a question about music. He hummed a few seconds of an unreleased melody, causing the comment section to explode with hearts and crying emojis. It was warm, comfortable, safe. Then a comment appeared. Do you have a religion? It wasn't highlighted. It wasn't dramatic. It was just one line among thousands. But Jungkook saw it. His eyes paused for a fraction of a second, not in shock, but in thought. There are certain questions celebrities learn to dodge. Not because they are hiding something, but because every answer can be magnified. Religion, politics, personal philosophy. In the world of global superstardom, even sincerity can become a headline. He tilted his head slightly, reading it again. Then he answered. I don't have a religion, he said calmly. No hesitation. No nervous laughter. No attempt to soften it into something vague. Just a straightforward truth, delivered with the same tone he used when talking about his favorite food or his workout routine. For a moment, nothing changed. He kept reading comments. He smiled at fans from Brazil, from Indonesia, from Korea, from places he had toured and places he hadn't yet visited. But in the digital world beyond his screen, something had already started shifting. Clips were being cut. Translations were being posted. Group chats were lighting up. The sentence traveled faster than he could imagine. I don't have a religion. In another country, a fan gasped, not out of outrage, but surprise. In a dorm room, someone replayed the clip 3 times, making sure the translation was accurate. On social media platforms, hashtags began climbing quietly at first, then rapidly. But what was fascinating wasn't backlash. It was excitement. Excitement because he had spoken honestly. Excitement because he hadn't hidden behind neutrality. Excitement because in an industry often built on carefully crafted images, he chose authenticity. Back in the live stream, Jungkook seemed unaware of the scale of reaction building in real time. He continued chatting casually, sipping water, answering light-hearted questions. His expression didn't change. His tone remained gentle. He hadn't meant to create a moment. He had simply answered. When the live ended, the internet did what it always does. Discussions formed instantly. Some fans expressed admiration for his openness. Others shared how meaningful it felt to hear someone they respect speak so plainly about personal belief. And interestingly, many religious fans responded with warmth rather than division. They didn't see his confession as a rejection of them. They saw it as honesty. In one viral post, a fan wrote, he trusts himself enough to say who he is. That's powerful. Thousands agreed. Because perhaps what moved people wasn't the content of his belief, but the freedom behind it. For years, fans had watched Jungkook grow from the youngest member on stage to a global icon who commands stadiums with quiet confidence. They had seen his artistry deepen, his voice mature, his presence strengthen. But moments like this revealed something different. His individuality. He wasn't trying to represent a doctrine. He wasn't trying to challenge anyone. He was simply defining himself. Some fans admitted that they had struggled with their own beliefs, unsure where they stood between tradition and personal truth. Hearing Jungkook speak so calmly about not identifying with a religion made them feel less alone. It wasn't about agreement. It was about permission. Permission to think independently. Permission to evolve. Permission to exist without fitting into predefined boxes. Later that night, Jungkook scrolled through a few posts before putting his phone down. He noticed the discussions. The trending keywords. The edits with dramatic music added behind his simple sentence. He smiled faintly. He hadn't planned a statement. He hadn't prepared a speech. He had simply been himself. And that authenticity resonated louder than any rehearsed line ever could. In interviews, idols are often asked about their dreams, their goals, their inspirations. Rarely are they asked about inner belief systems during spontaneous live broadcasts. And yet, in that unscripted environment, Jungkook's answer carried more weight than any formal press conference. Because it was real. The excitement among fans wasn't chaotic. It felt thoughtful. Reflective. Many expressed pride, not because of what he believed or didn't believe, but because he trusted fans enough to speak openly. That trust deepened the bond. In fan communities, long discussions unfolded, not about converting or debating, but about respecting differences. People from different religions commented side by side, expressing support. Some said, "We believe differently, but we love him the same." And perhaps that was the most powerful outcome. Unity without uniformity. Days passed, and the clip continued circulating. Media outlets picked it up, framing it as bold, surprising, unexpected. But within the fandom, the tone remained steady. They weren't shocked. They were connected. Because at the core of it all, Jungkook has always been about growth. Growth in music. Growth in mindset. Growth in identity. His confession wasn't a dramatic shift. It was another step in defining who he is as an adult navigating global fame. Belief, after all, is deeply personal. And in choosing honesty over ambiguity, he demonstrated something quietly brave. He showed that being a role model doesn't mean fitting every expectation. It means standing comfortably in your own truth. One evening, during another casual moment on camera, he spoke about learning, about life, about experiencing different cultures while touring the world. He didn't mention religion again. He didn't need to. The moment had already passed. But its impact lingered. Fans continued supporting him, streaming his music, sharing edits, celebrating his artistry. Nothing about their love changed. If anything, it felt stronger, because it was built on transparency rather than assumption. In the end, the confession became less about religion and more about authenticity. About a global artist who, despite the pressure of millions watching, chose to answer a simple question honestly. And somewhere between the live broadcast ending and the headlines forming, Jungkook remained exactly who he had always been. An artist. A human being. Someone still learning, still evolving, still defining himself in real time. And perhaps that is why fans were excited. Not because he declared belief or disbelief. But because he showed, once again, that he isn't afraid to be real.